question. Why should you strive to become a hero? Why should you reinvent yourself? The story of this lady who was born in the north of Africa. Her husband was the king, she was the queen. Her husband is invited to a party. He is deceived, invited to get into a wooden chest, was locked and thrown into the river. Dead. Told that her husband was dead. She didn't accept. She went looking for the body in the river. She eventually found it in a different country. She revived him. She gave him the breath of life. Her name was Aset, like financial assets. She became, if you want to, the original Virgin Mother. That's where it comes from, the concept of the Virgin Mother, which then was adopted by different cultures. But what we're looking for here is that why would somebody go and looking for someone who's dead and the body is lost in the river? Why would he do that? The first thing to do is to fall into despair, right? Because she believed in herself. And she became the hero. She gave a birth to a boy called Heru, H-R-W, which means light in the ancient language. That's the root word for hero. That's where the word hero comes from. So we have an Aset. Her name was Aset, who gives birth to a hero. So you become an asset to your family, and you become a hero by saving them. That's the fundamental principle. So why would you do that? Because you want to enjoy a long life. But you will become a hero by saving others. And by saving others, in reality, you are saving yourself from pain, from premature death. Because in order to advise somebody, you have to do the research, you have to do the test yourselves. I mean, we have coffee enemas, we have fasting, you have juicing, you have detoxing. I mean, there are so many things to be done here. If somebody told me, look, a wonderful lady, Nelson, I have rough menstrual cycles. Well, that's not a problem. Do coffee enemas and drink Crowella. Crowella contains cleansing properties. It removes toxins from the body. Well, why didn't meet you before? I spent 20 years of my life struggling with this. Just Crowella and coffee enema solved the problem. Okay, so I couldn't save my parents, I couldn't save my mother, I couldn't save my father, but I'm very pleased to say that if people apply the principles introduced in the hero's journey, and in the next book, which is called the Diet of the Hero, the potential for them to go and enjoy a long life is very high. Why? Because the research, the people who have done this before us, the heroes have completed their journeys. All we are doing, we are following the steps. So why should you become a hero? Because you want to save yourself from pain and premature death, but you also want to save somebody. I can assure you that somebody will need the knowledge. You might be on a train or your office or your family, or you will know, you'll become aware of this. Moses said, well, have you ever watched this video? Have you ever read this book? You have options. So you are going to save yourself, and in the process you are saving others. You are going to save other people, in the process you are saving yourself, and by then you become an asset and you become a hero. That's the reason why you're doing this. It's not to say, well, I know everything about the subject. No, you want to live a long life, especially if you are a professional, because what's the point of having 1 million in the bank and you die 3 days later because you didn't take the supplements? So you're doing this to save yourself. By saving yourself, you save others. And by saving others, you become a hero. That's why.